Welcome, collectors, and thank you for joining me for this installment of Diecast Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the NZG Caterpillar 769D off-highway truck in 1:50 scale. Now, this model holds the unique distinction of being one of the last NZG Caterpillar models that was ever produced before they relinquished their license to do so. In terms of producing Cat models. So let's go over the packaging first. As you can see, there is a picture of the real Cat 769D. You have the Cat logo over here, 1:50 scale, and then off-highway truck written in a variety of different languages. Both flaps of the model have the same picture and again a description. Up on top, Caterpillar 1/50 scale, same thing. And underneath, you have the officially licensed Cat merchandise circle, Caterpillar, and your trademark information. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's pick a side, open the flap, and begin the unboxing. As you can see, the model is housed between two styrofoam pieces. Lift the top off. Obviously, you want to be very careful what you grab onto, but with this model, there's not too many delicate parts. Lift the model straight out. There's no assembly required, nothing that you have to do with the model. Once you take it out, you are ready to display it. At this point, let's take a quick break. Allow me to get the packaging material off the review area. When we come back, we will start with the history of the Cat 769 and why it's such an important piece of the Caterpillar history, and then we will start the model review. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break. All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. So the 769 was Caterpillar's first effort at a rigid frame haul truck. It was introduced in 1963. The 35-ton capacity, 375 horsepower 769 rapidly became the market's dominant player. The 769 series of trucks would remain Cat's 40-ton haul truck up until 2006, a run of 43 years. The Cat 770 was launched in 2007 as its permanent replacement. Now, the 769D was the final iteration or the final series of 769 off-highway truck. Obviously, there was the original, the 769. The 769B was launched in 1966. Then came the 769C in 1990 and the 769D in 1995. So, now that you have a little bit of background information and the history of the 40-ton haul class in Caterpillar, let's turn our attention to the model review. When we're finished reviewing this truck, at the end of this video, I actually have a 1/50th example of all four versions of the Cat 769, so I will show you those at the end of this video, as well as a look at the replacement for it, the Cat 770. Okay, beginning with the review. Obviously, you can tell that this is in the red line 90s paint scheme livery, obviously because this came out in 1995. The vehicle features rubber tires at the rear. You have rock deflectors between the rear wheels, which are functional. The tires do have a realistic rubber tread pattern, and there is a bit of suspension travel, which is always good to see. Coming over to this side, the front axle does have a very good range of steering modeled in, so you can pose the truck turning at a pretty aggressive angle if you want to do that. Now, the hubs, or the wheels themselves, which are wrapped in rubber, it is a little bit of an off color. Obviously, you can see that the color deviation is pretty noticeable, and that's because the wheels themselves are plastic and not die-cast metal. Another thing to note is that the protection railings are a little bit oversized and fat, despite the fact that they are metal. If we move towards the front of the truck, you can see that the access stairs as well are not particularly to scale, and they are casted in and not a separate piece. Same deal over here with the railings being a little bit too large. You have your 769 decal here, Caterpillar up here, and then your lights for your headlights are a separate casted piece, which is done with a plastic insert. Coming over to the side that we started in, again, you can see Cat 769 over here, and a blue tinted window glass to simulate the actual glass for the interior. Okay, underneath, not too much to write home about. You can see some pretty hefty suspension back here. This is your axle, which obviously is molded more for functionality than realism. Your NZG logo up here, a model number 1 to 50 scale, and made in Germany. Let's turn our attention to the actual functionality of this piece. I mentioned that it does have working steering already and that the rock deflectors do move, but most importantly with any dump truck, how well does it dump? Well, as you can see here, the cylinders are exceptionally stiff and the truck will dump to a very reasonable angle. In fact, it requires the model to be moved a little bit farther back to see just how well the dumping angle is. So anything that you're going to model in the back of this, whether you're using some Woodland Scenics ballast or any kind of modeling material, will have no problem coming out the back of that truck, that is for sure. So, in summation, the NZG Caterpillar 769D is a worthwhile addition to your collection for a variety of reasons, most notably because it was the last iteration of the Caterpillar 769 40-ton haul class truck before, of course, as I mentioned before, it was replaced by the Cat 770. All of these old NZG pieces are very robustly made, which means they will take some punishment should they perhaps, unfortunately, fall off your shelf or something like that. And as I always like to say, me personally, I always have a soft spot for these 90 Caterpillar models, no matter who made them, whether it be Norscott or NZG or Joel, because that is the time I grew up and saw these machines working as a young child. Okay, as promised, let's transition. We will start in order. We'll start with the original, the OG Cat 769. Now, this is from the Diecast Masters Off-Highway Truck Evolution set. I highly encourage you to pick up these Evolution sets as they are both extremely insightful and very nice. It comes with the original Cat 769, and as you may expect, the Cat 770 for the Then and Now series, as well as a very nice ring-bound book chock full of information about the history of Cat off-highway trucks. So as I said, here is the first one, showing the original truck released to the world in 1963. There's that one. Next up, we have the classic construction models Cat 769B. This is the second version. As I said, released in 1966. This version, basically, they changed the style of dump body as well as they increased the horsepower to 415. There's the front. There's the other side. There's the back. We're going to fast forward all the way from 1966 to 1990 when the C version was unveiled. This is another NZG piece. They increased the horsepower to 450 on this one while still retaining the 40-ton capacity payload. So there's the 769C. And as you just saw, in 1995, a larger 487 horsepower engine was added with the 769D. And then, last but certainly not least, we're going to go back to 2007 when the 769's replacement was unveiled as the Cat 770. That will conclude this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed these series where I go a little bit more in depth, not only with the specific model that I am reviewing, but also showing you what I like to call the family or how the model started out, so you can see the little bit different generations of the machine and how it evolved throughout history. I truly enjoy doing the research and reading about it. I hope you guys do as well. Let me know down in the comments section below. I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care and be safe, and I will see you in the next review.